Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. So quick one. My readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to give you a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you and which part of you I resonate with as a reader. If you haven't already, please don't forget to click the like, share and subscribe buttons. And I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week, Aquarius, is the Death card. There is an end, a culmination and a completion ahead of you this week. And you know, if I'm honest, I actually want to say that this is the end of the self-doubt. The moments that you have held yourself back, the moments that you have bitten your tongue, the moments that you have told yourself you couldn't, you never would, or you could never be. All of this comes to an end now. All of this comes to a close, right? So this is on a personal level. This is about you looking at your life, taking stock of where you are and saying, right, I choose to let these things go or this experience go. This is you making a very conscious step forward or decision. Outside of that, I'm really sorry to say this, but I do feel that you may either be hearing about a death this week. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, somebody that's particularly close to you, but it will be somebody that is passing. And it's really weird because usually death on its own doesn't necessarily just mean that, but I really get a very strong sense from this one this week that there's going to be somebody that passes into the other realm. For your actions and options this week, you have the Knight of Wands, right? So where is it that you are passionate about something and where is it that you know you need to step it up a gear? This week it does look like you're going to be chasing something really hard, like you're going after something probably in a way that's more aggressive and more, you know, further reaching than maybe you ever have before. What I like about this for you is it suggests that you are, you know, you're on that mission, right? You're on that sort of self-focused, self-determined, self-driven mission at this moment in time. Now, when it comes to your because you've got the Death card there as well, some form of a travel plan may fall through this week, and that's just something that I want you to be aware of because you do have the Devil card, which kind of suggests that there's a block in the way. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so take your time with everything. You can launch into anything that you want this week, and passionately so. But take your time with it. Just because you're launching into something or you're demonstrating, you know, your boldness, your fearlessness, your passion, your desire for life or whatever, you can do all of that, but you can also do it slowly. You don't have to rush anything this week. And I kind of get the feeling that that might be the case this week. You might want to charge in all guns blazing, going, you know, 100 miles an hour. And it's not that. This week, remember, slow and steady is going to win the race. You can be passionate and you can take your time with something. For those of you that work for somebody else, so your Death card with the Seven of Pentacles, quite frankly, something that you had been waiting for from your employer. Maybe you were waiting for them to promote you. Maybe you were waiting for them to come back and say, yes, we can train you to take the next level, or yes, we would like to, you know, consider you for a management position. Whatever it is that you were waiting for, it kind of looks like it comes back and it may not necessarily be good news. However, you do have that Knight of Wands. So there's a couple of things or a couple of ways that this could go. You could go on the front foot and say, right, okay, well, if you can't give me that, what can you give me? The other way that this could play out is you could say, right, okay, that's cool, I understand that. And then it's like, you know what, no problem, I'm going to start looking for other work now. Obviously don't say that to them, do it in the background, and when the time comes, just say, thank you very much, I'm off to greener pastures where I'm actually appreciated in the way that I deserve to be. For those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this week you are coming into the understanding that some of the plans that you have need to be scrapped. Maybe they're not necessarily working. And it's funny that this comes up actually, because I had a really harebrained idea this week, and I was like, no, I'm going ahead with that. And now I'm kind of like, actually, no, that's not going to work. I need to backtrack on that a little bit. So it's funny that I'm seeing this. There'll be more of that next week. And like I said to you, you just need to take your time. You have all the time that you need. For your money and materials, you have the Hanged Man. No big purchases this week, especially if it's something that you're buying because you think it's going to be the next best thing, or the thing that's going to be better than sliced bread, or all of that. It just kind of suggests to me that whatever it is that you have in terms of a purchase that comes up this week, you will be able to either find better or hold back. I mean, excuse me. For the by the 21st, so on the 20th of February, Mercury will station direct in the sign of Aquarius, right? So I tell you, I'm so ready for that. And by the time we get into the 21st, it will be fully direct. So whatever you're planning to buy this week, wait, you don't have long, and then you'll be able to buy it with a much clearer mind. Do the research about the item that you're trying to buy now, absolutely, but don't launch into it until the week after this one. For your physical health and vitality, really, I know this is going to sound really odd, but for those of you that do a lot of work in the garden, be careful, because you could get stung by something this week. The reason I say this is because the Hanged Man is Neptune ruled, and Neptune is all about poisons, anything like that. This would be, a real week as well. Like if you get a small cut or anything, put a band-aid on it. Like, I know usually I don't really care about things like that, but this week it's kind of like something could happen, and it could just be really small, but it could end up getting infected. So be really careful this week with small cuts and bruises, because the chances are they could escalate out of proportion. For your home and environment, this is a week for you to really consider, and it's really weird because what I see is it's kind of split down the middle. One half of the Aquarian people have already got their foot out of the door, and they're already looking at where they're going to go next. Where is my home? Where do I want to live? Where do I want to be? Who do I want to be around? What is my community? All the rest of it. And the other half is literally saying, no, I'm going to stay put, and I'm going to make the best out of what I have here. So yeah, really, really interesting. And then finally, for our love and relations, so for those of you that are single, that's me, there's definitely a possibility here that you could meet somebody. And what I like about the Empress card is it suggests that there is just like a really harmonious, easy, joyful vibe, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, because it kind of suggests that this will be something that's slow and steady to get going. So it's not like a wham bam thank you, like really fast attraction, all of that. It's something that you're going to take your time with, and it's something that will grow and continue to grow. Now, the interesting thing is, and I've said this to the single Aquarians before, you're not going to meet this person online. You will meet them in your locality. You will meet them face to face in the light of day. This is where you are going to meet this person. So really, really interesting here. I'm kind of intrigued. Now, for those of you that are partnered or in relationships, excuse me, for those of you that are in relationships, I am seeing here a goal or a like a goal that's reaching its completion that you guys have worked on, if that makes sense. And especially because you've got the Hanged Man there as well. The reason I say this is because their numerology is very compatible. So there's something that you and your partner have communicated to each other that you want, and it may very well be the case that it starts to materialize this week. For those of you that are planning to either conceive or have more kids or start a family, this could be a great week for it. Break out all of the aphrodisiacs. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. I mean, like I said, I don't feel I do feel like you may be hearing about a death this week, but I just don't get the sense that it's necessarily somebody that's really close to you, if that makes sense. It's kind of like you'll hear about it and it will be a sad story, but it's not going to be specifically directed, you know, like you won't feel it in that kind of way, like if it were a parent or something like that. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.